In interview with Iranian woman as she talked about her life in Iran, she now lives in one of the European countries. Hey, it's March 8th, International Women's Day. I want to congratulate you all good and strong women that talented. If you live with a male suffering from strong jealousy before something happens to leave them because they are sick, if you would not it wants to happen do it then to you because such jealous you can harm you because the person are sick and suffering of strong jealousy, make them sick man and seek a new and good man, but you have to know if you would hit the next one, then you should talk long and go in all that is about jealousy things. Now I'll tell you about an Iranian woman who now lives in one of the European countries, how she lived in Iran and how she bleb abused by her husband and all her life. Hello, my name is Samuel Kermashahi and I live in Sweden. She. Hello Samuel, how long have you lived in Sweden? I have actually lived long in Sweden and love Sweden because in Sweden there is equality between men and women. There are laws and rules that defend women and men in Sweden are independent financially and other life things. She. What good, I've only lived very short time in one of the EU countries. Actually I've found myself that one should not think like you think in Iran. May I tell you about my life in Iran? Have time and patience to if you listen to me? Yes you can, if patience yes I have and want to listen to you. But one thing I want to publish this interview in English online Facebook and my website, but we have principles that we will not be published name of the person we talked to. She okay ho well I want to tell you, but I sometimes cry of my stories you will not be sorry. I know it is not but when you try to tell about your life weeps not it be better, but still okay I would love to listen to you. She. I want to tell you a bit shorter and much of my life in Iran. I gave birth from a very religious faithful family that always my mom and my dad told us if you would look at another man without marriage, you do not go to the paradise, you will havens burn continuously serve the eyes because you look at another man as Allah said haram, and we were afraid to look at the guys. One day a man with multiple people without me knowing why they visited us. My dad and my nurse gave me the man who was 36 years old and I was only 17 years old. I did not know what would happen to me after 30 days. My mom called me said I came and your dad wants to see you. When I went there and they will let you know you are just Marshall and a woman will soon be the man with his family and relatives to pick you up. I would protest. But unfortunately I got strengthened by my mom and my what constantly hurt dad my body. I cried and cried saying, please mom, please dad, I want to go to university, I do not want to marry the bright he is older. When my dad came into my room saying if you were once to protest my decision, I will kill you. I was very scared. I told my dad okay, I respect everything that you want to do with me, you are Joe my father and I am your daughter. When my dad came back and said I hate girls, I did not want girls to look. God gave me 5 girls, but only one son. No, you girls will have the same value in me. That told my dad. I cried. He came and said quietly with you otherwise I will hit you. Then I got scared and said nothing more. It was a rainy day. The man who would pick me up was scared and crying. I did not realize what would happen to me and how I would live in the future. When we went to the city's mullah who would read up on our marriage goals, Haji said the woman may you enter alone since can come in alone after them may come in together. I mullah who was imam of the city would read if we are to live together. Then I went in first. I sat on the other side of his table. He removed his long clothes which were taken up his cock and played with his cock and looked at me. Then when I saw his nasty cock ran out, my dad blow me in front of everyone and said you violate our imam and listens to what he would talk to you. I did not dare talk about what their imam poured on to me. If I were to tell at the time, no one would believe me because everyone thought the imam. When my husband went in and came out after 3 minutes, so we went back home to my family and they said we are getting married on a Thursday. My dad said no, Friday to improve my son a soldier, he's going home on Friday. When they waited until my brother was coming home from the military site. Then my brother 3 days after, it was a Friday. I did not want to but they forced me to get to Marshall, a man 19 years older than me. I was 17 and the man that I married with was 36 years old. I told my brother, but my brother cried and cried what just like my dad and did not listen to me. When I did not have other things to do or going to kill myself, I gave money to my little sister to go and buy gasoline to kill myself. But my little sister went and told my mother. They came to me and sat hand boys on my hands to not think harm myself. So it was after dinner a rainy day. My husband came with his relatives about took me with him to his home. The first night I thought maybe he would only do sex with me, but he struck and beat me. After being beaten me many times when made 6 me after 6 I asked why did you hit me? He said it is our tradition if we were to marshal a girl must first night beating her to be afraid of us and did not mind going to another man or have contact with other men in secret. You know we kill direct women if she would have contact with another man without being married or having men and would contact or talk with another male. Then from that day that I got martial with her until we came to Europe and I could separate me he first tried to make every day bright at home. When we came to Europe, me scared and said if you were to separate from me I can law and rules here in Europe, I can send you back to Iran. But I thank you Samuel when I got contact with you via Skype when you told me about law and rules, and you gave me the address and phone number to all women's organization in Europe when I was so happy and what told that my husband is lying, he just wanted to scratch me. I want to thank you so much Samuel. Thanks my friend, hope you good luck in your future and you would also be able to help another woman who had the same as you had in your life. With greetings Samuel Kermashani.